Sammartino and WWE were at odds since the early 1990s after Sammartino spoke out about the company during the steroid scandal. Triple H was the one who reached out to Sammartino to bring him back into the company. The Ultimate Warrior and Vince McMahon were considered to be bitter enemies for over a decade before Triple H reached out to Warrior to mend fences. Triple H was the person that got the wheels in motion to bring Kurt Angle back, and Bill Goldberg returned after a bitter split with the WWE in 2004. And after Goldberg was critical of people in the company, including Triple H. So it shouldn't be a surprise to anyone that WWE is willing to do business with CM Punk again. On July 3rd, 2017, the edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter that day, Meltzer talked about Mauro Ranallo's return to the company despite a contentious relationship stemming from issues with JBL. Meltzer talked about how some people will leave the company on horrible terms, but most end up returning. Meltzer wrote, and I quote, "That's why, no matter what is said, WWE wants CM Punk back, and even though Punk was adamant about never doing it, history tells you that time heals all wounds," end quote. During her recent book tour, AJ Lee says that she misses wrestling, but her husband does not. The Observer cited a Punk interview with ESPN in Chicago where Punk said that he feels that WWE sent lawyers and people by proxy, Dr. Chris Amon, after him because, and I quote, "I call them out on their bullshit." Punk also said that he hasn't spoken to Dana White in months, but still wants to fight in UFC again. Meltzer is right. Time does heal all wounds. And there would have been people there that thought that he would have been banned for life from WWE and ended up doing business with them again. Punk could be one of the rare exceptions, and I would have said the same thing for Sammartino and the Ultimate Warrior. Punk is 38 years old, and the clock is ticking on his MMA career. He probably has a lot of money saved, but if he wants to cash in on one more big paycheck, then return to WWE even on a part-time basis, that might make a lot of sense to him. The way things went down with Mauro Ranallo in WWE, it seemed as if WWE was going to lose one of the best announcers they have ever had. Somehow, some way, things were fixed, and there was an agreement put in place that allowed for his return, and NXT is even better now because of it. Now, if the same thing could happen with CM Punk. As PW Mania reported, Punk recently made an appearance with numerous other wrestlers at a pop culture convention in Long Island, and that proves that he is not done with that part of his life. CM Punk has taken shots at WWE, while the company has also taken its fair share of shots at the former champion as well. Still, if Bret Hart, Bruno Sammartino, The Ultimate Warrior, and many others could mend fences and return to WWE in some form or another, the same could be said about Punk. The biggest thing right now is that Mauro Ranallo returned to the company and took over announcing in NXT, and seeing that happened gives hope that the straight edge superstar may be back in WWE one day. I am very, very curious to know why all this CM Punk talk is being brought up now. You know, I don't see Punk coming back in 2017, but I will say this, and I'm going out and I'm making a prediction right now. With CM Punk in 2018, he will be back in the WWE. I believe he will have one more MMA fight between now and next October or next summer. I believe he will have one more MMA fight. He will lose, and then he will realize that, you know, I went at it the best that I could. I got myself in the best training of my entire life. I got myself physically fit. I look the best I've ever looked. I feel great. It's time to go back home. You know what? Vince McMahon has been on record saying that he wants to work with CM Punk again, even after all the bullshit. He came out on Stone Cold's podcast, and that was when it was a fresh wound. You know, CM Punk was a hot topic, and you knew Stone Cold was going to ask that fucking question. And he asked Vince McMahon straight up, would you ever work with CM Punk again? Vince McMahon was open on that show and saying, yes, I would work with CM Punk again. You know why? Because Vince McMahon sees money. He sees money in CM Punk. There was so much money left on the table when CM Punk walked that Vince McMahon is like, oh my God, look at how much money was there. They know that they fucked up. And with WWE now in a different position, you know, with how they're handling business now, and Triple H has more of a say in what's going on, and he wants to, you know, build the product in his vision, I think CM Punk is going to come back. And it's going to either be one of two things. One, Triple H is going to be a man, and he's going to man up and put this fucking bullshit behind him because he knows what CM Punk is worth. He knows what CM Punk can do for the WWE, and he's going to be a man, and they're both going to apologize to one another for all the wicked bullshit that they put each other through. Because I know CM Punk is worth something to the WWE, and Triple H knows that. No matter if you like him or not, you know what this guy is worth to you. And you would put all that shit behind you and become business partners. Goldberg did it. Goldberg was very adamant about talking shit about WWE after everything. He hated Triple H. The fucking shit that he said about Triple H, and Triple H hated Goldberg. Triple H went back and said, you know what? Goldberg is money. People want to see Goldberg. We got this idea with Goldberg and Brock. Let's do it. Triple H talked to him. Boom. Goldberg was back in WWE. He's never been happier. He made his money. He got to do what he wanted to do for his son. WWE gave him the platform. Gracious enough to say thank you, WWE. You know? And he made a nice fucking chunk of change out of it. Bruno Sammartino hated the WWE. Vile, vicious shit he said about the company. He was back. Ultimate Warrior. They made a mockery out of the Ultimate Warrior. Triple H goes out and gets the Ultimate Warrior. Boom. Hugging Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon's got tears in his fucking eyes. These guys loved each other. These guys loved each other for years. They loved each other. And look at that. Vince McMahon, you know, crying at the side of the Ultimate Warrior. Crying when the news broke of Warrior passing away. You know? You don't realize what you have until it's gone. Type of deal. And who else? Bret the Hitman Hart. Look at that. After everything that Bret the Hitman Hart went through, and what WWE did to Bret the Hitman Hart, with Shawn Michaels did the screw job and all this shit, Bret Hart came back. Give me a break, dude. Give me a fucking break. Everybody else. Hogan's. The Hogans. Sting saying that he would never walk through the WWE doors. Sting walked through the WWE doors. You know? So if all those guys who had fucking nothing but garbage to say about the WWE came back or walked through those doors for the first time, you don't think CM Punk is going to walk through those doors? CM Punk is going to be back in the WWE in 2018. I am predicting that. I don't have a fucking crystal ball. I don't have any fucking inside sources. I am predicting that. Kurt Angle was back in the WWE. There were reports that said that we would never see Kurt Angle back in the WWE. WWE doesn't want Kurt Angle. They don't want anything happening to Angle on their watch. Angle's in the WWE. He's the GM of Monday Night Raw. He's in the biggest storyline on Monday Night Raw. It's going to be revealed on Monday. So all this other shit, they all leave and they all come back home. Every single fucking one of them. Triple H is either going to reach out to CM Punk and get him back in the WWE, and both men are going to sit down and have a heart-to-heart, or WWE 2K Games is going to try and mend the relationship with CM Punk. They're going to bring him back as a special DLC character, or they're going to make him the DLC character for the game, or they're going to make him the spotlight character for the game. Where you got a pre-order, you're going to get CM Punk back in the game. 2K Games is going to mend the relationship with WWE and CM Punk, and then CM Punk, by virtue of way of the video game, is going to appear on television. And there's going to be a working relationship with Triple H, Vince McMahon, and CM Punk through the video game. Because they did it with Goldberg, they did it with Warrior, they did it with Sting. And CM Punk, to me, is going to end up being the same situation. Punk will be back in 2018. If not in 2018, earliest WrestleMania 2019. I'm predicting that. Because the report said, Meltzer said, Punk is 38 years old. He's 38 years old. Next year, he'll be 39. 2019, he'll be 40. Punk, you know, wants a WrestleMania main event. You know Punk wants that payday. You know Punk wants another run at the top. And he would, I swear to God, if Punk comes back, when he left, he was on top of the WWE world. Punk will return, and he will be as if he never left. He would be right at the fucking top. He would be right at the top. You don't think people are ready to fucking welcome this guy back with open arms? You don't think that the WWE is ready to fucking welcome this guy back? You don't think the fans are waiting with bated breath for CM Punk to come back? Punk will be back in the WWE. Mark my words. And I'm going to end on that note. Because I got news tomorrow on Dixie Carter. I got news on Eric Bischoff. I got news on Kurt Angle and how that all ties into what the storyline is going to be for Monday Night Raw. I also got news on the Hardys. I got news on what the Hardys are going to be doing. Are they going to become broken? What has Rebby said this week on Twitter? So you guys have news on that coming tomorrow as well as other shit that I'm sure Austin Aries releases a statement on WWE. I got news on Bailey. I got news on Dean Ambrose. We got a lot of stuff to go over, man. We got a lot of stuff to go over tomorrow on Off the Script. So I'll save you guys that story and those stories for tomorrow. Thank you all so very much for tuning in today on Saturday, July 14th. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206. Hit that subscribe button down below with that bell for your notification. And please make sure you guys share the word, share the channel of Off the Script. I am JD. Thank you guys so much. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. Audibletrial.com/offthescript and barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. Use coupon code JD17 at checkout to save 20% off. Thank you guys so very much, and I'll see you all on Sunday morning. Make it a great Saturday. This is Off the Script, the #1 fucking podcast in your subscription boxes right here on YouTube.com. Make it a great Saturday, and I'll see you guys on Sunday morning.